Greetings, Internet friends. Welcome to another episode of the Synergy Café online show, featuring speaker, entertainer, close-up illusionist, and marketing alchemist, MagicBrad. It's the Internet lifestyle show about career, finance, relationships, spirituality, and wellness. We're moving the online chatter over to real-life activity. And now, please welcome your host of Synergy Café, MagicBrad.
Hey Internet friends, MagicBrad here, Synergy Café and the Synergy Collaborative, and I'm doing another interview today, and we'll find out more about this person. And her name is Tracee, and the last name is Sioux, so it's like two names, but it's spelled different, and she'll explain that later. Are you there, Tracee?
I am. Thank you so much for having me. Hello, everyone.
Dun-dun-dun. So actually, when you do these things, because of today's technology, it's probably being viewed on a phone by one person. So sometimes I don't say hello, everyone. I just talk to that one individual who's probably listening to what's going on.
Oh.
Isn't it weird how technology has changed? I don't know how long you've been doing this stuff, but the internet has really shifted the way business works these days.
It's true. I have been doing it for about 10 years. And, when I first started, it was blogs, And now blogs are the least of my business, really.
Before it was a pencil and a piece of paper. Remember those?
Well, when I really started, I was a journalist and it was newsprint. So
yes, we're harking back here. So when I do these interviews, I don't do them too long because we've got people that have lives to run and all that kind of stuff. So it's basically the essence of finding out who you are, what you do, and all that kind of stuff. So the first question is, who are you? Are you married? You got kids? Who's Tracee Sioux?
Okay, so I'm Tracee Sioux and I have two kids and a co-parent. The co-parent and I are really meshing. We weren't so much when we were married, but it's really working now. My daughter just started high school, so that's exciting. And my son is in his last year of elementary school. He'll go to middle school next year. He does football. She does orchestra, and it's working. Like the whole thing is just synergistically working. To kind of go,
We get along good with my wife. She's a shaman.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
So
the woman that I'm going to her women's circle, she's pretty shamanic, and she does these sound healing things with drums, and I mean, it's really incredible and intense and very moving. Like your whole body just vibrates, which is very cool.
Exactly.
I love it.
Some
I started taking my daughter to it. She's 15, so gotta welcome her into the feminine women's circle, right?
So then the work that you do, are you like a coach? Is that what you do? Life coach?
Well, I have a business development company. We make people into personalities. We make professionals into experts, experience into experts. Basically, it's coaching. So business development, coaching, business models, that sort of thing. Marketing. So what are you presenting out into the world, right? You're not going to be an expert if you aren't visible. And book publishing, actually. We've got 5 books coming out by Thanksgiving, 2 more by January. So that's really exciting.
Wow.
And that's kind of organically just kind of taken off because what I find is that a book will give you a lot of credibility as a professional, right? So you can get speaking gigs, radio shows, have something to sell at the back of the room if you have a book. And so I work with people who are soul driven, right?
On the stage, like I've got a background in magical entertainment, and fortunately I'm a Gemini, so I've got like both. I got the marketing and the performing. But sometimes artists, they haven't got a clue of how to market themselves and how they should price themselves. So they should delegate that to someone like you that can get that stuff in gear, and they could actually start making a living instead of being a starving artist or a starving healer. Because there's a lot of those healers out there that, I just want to help people, so I do it for free. Well, you got to pay your bills.
And that's a terrible business plan.
It's not a good business at all.
Awful. And it's not sustainable, honestly, because what happens is you keep doing it for free. You're renting the space. There are expenses involved, right? And then you're not charging enough money. So you're basically running a charity and you still have to pay taxes.
Exactly.
And it's not sustainable. So eventually you're just going to go out of business. I love mornings.
Yeah, I get it all done so I can go out and play.
That's right.
Okay, let's see. We got that out of the way. Where do you do your work? Do you do online type coaching, or is it all local in your city there? Or Do you do
No,
online
I
stuff?
do it online. I have international clients, but I also finally got an office in April. It was a really big deal for me. I had worked from home because I wanted to be a mom who was present at home.
Mhm.
But in the last year or so, I've realized they don't need me here, and I was just sitting there by myself. My
I did
daughter's in
that
her
too.
room.
I did that
She's
same
like
kind of
doing
thing.
violin and all that, and I'm like, okay, she's not. She doesn't need me. And my son was out doing his thing, playing or going to football, and I was like, okay, I've been, making sure I was finished working by 4 o'clock, and I find myself just sitting alone. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go get an office and
It
be a
is.
person who interacts with
It,
humans.
I did that same thing. I did, just for the heck of it. I went and got a kiosk at the mall just so I could get out in front of people instead of being on my couch working.
A kiosk? How
I was
interesting.
doing event planning things, so I went and I was at a store in there, and some lady came in and bought $3,000 worth of chocolate for a company event, and I thought, hey, event planners are here. So I opened up a kiosk for event planner resources, and I was promoting that. But then, me being a mobilepreneur, I couldn't stay at
Yeah,
that kiosk all day long. I had to be able to
yeah.
move. So yeah, I don't want to stay at the house. I want to get out in front of people, so I run everything off the phone.
That is pretty interesting. I have never thought of a kiosk being. I always think of it as retail sales, not intellectual property sales.
Well, basically, what I did is I used to produce a trade show for event planners, and
Ah.
event planners would come to the trade show to find all their caterers, balloon decorators, staging and lighting, cruises on the lakes and the rivers and all that kind of stuff. And I thought, well, why can't I just offer that in the mall? Because I saw these people are walking in there, they got jobs. So
How interesting.
it was
How
it
interesting.
went for a few months, but I can't stay in one spot.
Yeah. I love my office. I often call it my apartment.
Yeah, it's a place to get away and kind of do your
Ah,
meditation and
so
stuff, and then a
good.
little. So now I've got another place that's similar. It's a private club space, and I can just go there and do stuff just to get away. But I'm not stuck there or tethered to the office.
Yep.
So here's my favorite question, and then we'll. Before I ask my favorite question, I would like to ask you, like, you got any upcoming books or
Oh, I
programs or
do.
anything like that? Website URLs you can give us so we know how to get a hold of you and all that stuff.
Yeah, I am releasing a book called The Girl Revolution Manifesto by Thanksgiving. I used to run a website for 5 years. It was a girl advocacy website dealing with issues that affect girls: early puberty, sexual abuse, body image, eating disorders, like just a whole gamut, right? And I wrote like 1,000 posts, and I wrote this book in 2009, and I didn't dare publish it because it was controversial, and I had enough experience on the internet to go, oh, I'm not sure I'm ready for this. But this year I pulled it out. I wrote an extra 11 chapters, and it's coming out by Thanksgiving, which is really very exciting, especially with the political landscape right now, and these issues are coming up with Donald Trump's comments about women and his behavior towards women. So it's very timely. And I didn't really know that was coming, so that's exciting.
Well, you must be
Uh,
in the zone.
I'm in the zone. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm in the flow.
cool.
And I also wrote a book last year called Soul versus Ego Smackdown, and how to say yes to your soul and tell your ego to suck it.
That's that
And it
martial arts stuff, isn't
and
it?
that's right. And I'm even doing kickboxing on the cover, which is fun. But I am coming out with a companion workbook and weekly journal by Thanksgiving as well. So those are coming out. You can find me on TraceeSiou.com.
And
That's
Sue is spelled.
TraceeSieux.com. And you can find those books on Amazon and iTunes and whatever local retailer you use. You can go in and request it, and they can order it for you. And yeah, it's exciting. I'm really excited. What now? Well, sure.
Okay, we
Why
get it.
not?
It's all good. It's all good.
Why would I not?
Okay, here's my favorite question, and then we'll sign off. And if you want, we can talk further. But and then I'd like to follow you, and you can follow me on some social media stuff. My thing
Yeah,
is
let's do it.
followmagicbrad.com. We can do that, and then interconnect everything. That's what
I would love that.
like, comment, share, all that kind of stuff. Propagate. So here's the big questions, the big why question. Why did you end up doing this? Why didn't you go into modeling, or why didn't you go into cutting hair, or why not work at Starbucks as a barista? Why did you choose to do this for your life?
So I'm a writer by craft, by trade, by calling. It's what my soul came here to do, and I can't not do it. I stopped doing it for about 2 years during my life when my kid was born, and it literally made me suicidal. It's not something that I can just be like, oh, whatever. And you have no idea how many times when it's gotten rough that I have thought to myself, why can't I just be a nurse? They get paid regular paychecks and they like make money and they help people too. Like, why? Because I have to. That's why. I have to do it. I can't not do it. And I feel like everyone has something that they can't not do. And the problem we're having in society is because artists are trying to be accountants and accountants are trying to be artists. And we think that there's like this formula for success, but it's gone. There isn't one. And we should be doing what our soul calls us to do. That's exactly what we should be doing. And I believe that we can make money doing it. I've been a writer my whole life. I use those skills to make money in different ways, and I have used those skills, but I have always been a working writer. I have always made a living doing it in some way. So I debunk the idea that artists or healers have to be starving. I think that we should make money, and we should ask for money, and we should make a lot of money. We should be honored in society.
Yeah, I think maybe the key is to outsource. You should have a whole bunch of resources of people that they can outsource to so that they can just do what they're called to do. Obviously, you got to do what you're doing or you would explode. With all the energy you've got, you got to get it out.
I would literally explode. I mean, honestly, it literally made me suicidal when I stopped doing it for about 2 years. I mean, I honestly just couldn't live. Like, I couldn't live. And as soon as I started writing again.
I can see it because it's almost, you almost feel like you're confined.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's like, what's the point? I'm stuck.
Yeah. What's the point of being here?
Right.
I mean, really, that's like an existential question. But honestly, it's true. What is the point of being here if I'm not doing this? Exactly. And there are a lot of times when that job, that passion, that purpose has sucked because it's hard and, whatever. But I have persisted in doing it because I want to be alive.
Well, it looks like you have fun doing it too, and like if you do, you got a good personality. So if you did more video blogging and stuff, just getting
such joy,
getting it out
actually.
there, having fun. That's how I do a lot of this stuff. It's not professionally done. I don't use a professional camera. I use an iPhone, and my tripod is my hand. I hold it like that. So I don't need all that fancy stuff. Here's the microphone. People have said, get one of those new Yeti microphones. What the hell for? I guess this works.
Hello.
Yeah, check 1 2. Can you hear me now?
Oh, I can.
All right. I'm going to sign this off. What I do then with this is I record it, put it up to YouTube, take the embed code, put it on blogs, and propagate it out to the universe for people to find. So if you want to also send me any links or anything that you want me to put in there and the keywords, and we'll get this bad boy rolling out. So
thank you so much. And make sure to send us a link so that we can propagate it as well.
I already started that.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well,
thank you so much. I really appreciate the opportunity to be here. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, and maybe we could do another one that's more in line with one of your projects that you got coming up or anything like that. Or I want to throw another thing out too, is I'm working on trying to put together some retreats in like Costa Rica and Tulum. So that'd be fun to go
I love Tulum.
Do a retreat there where you can teach some of these people. They can come out and do yoga, and you can teach them how to make money at it.
Yeah, let me know. Let me know how to Let me know the details of that. That sounds. I love Tulum.
Well, it's pretty cool. Me and my wife go there and take those the sweat lodge. I forgot what they're called. Kind of like that.
Yeah.
It's Tomascal or something like that.
Oh, okay.
I
don't know about those.
Well, being married to a shaman, you have some magical stuff happening. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Okay, Tracee Sioux, I appreciate it. If you want to stay on, we'll chat a little bit, but I'm going to sign this one off. You people, or you, I'm glad you tuned in.
I'm glad you tuned in, too.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay, be well.
You should find me on Facebook and friend me.
Absolutely. Let's be friends. Okay, take care.